Hello Joep, thanks for being with us at Private Kitchen, and this time I would like to talk with you about your experience with the ASCAP workshop, because it seems to be a very important thing that happens in your life and in the life of many other film composers. So can you say something about how this is work? What do you do there actually, and what do you learn? Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, the ASCAP workshop is something that a lot of younger composers have been trying to get in for many years in a row, and sometimes they don't, and sometimes they do. And I was lucky to, on my 5th try, I believe, it was like a yearly thing that always came. Okay, what am I going to send this year? But it came on the perfect time for me, because it was the year I moved to US. I was here. I was so happy that I got accepted. The ASCAP workshop is a month-long program, and it's being offered by ASCAP. It's completely free. They connect you with composers, music editors, agents, studio executives. They provide you with the very, very big chance to record your own music with the Hollywood Scoring Orchestra at Fox. And you have to conduct yourself. So how this month looks, you really start with a lot of talks by people from the film music industry. And after a week, you'll get assigned a scene, an existing scene from a big Hollywood film. And in my case, this was a scene from the new release of Jungle Book. Mm-hmm. And then you get 2 weeks to very old school write and orchestrate your own piece of music that you will eventually record and conduct. And the great thing about this workshop is that you do not have to provide any mock-up. It's not about how you produce your samples. It's really about, are you able to make it sound in Logic or Cubase or whatever, and then take the next step and really orchestrate it and having it performed by an orchestra. And how you approach the orchestra, how do you approach a recording session on this level? And you get very interesting talks. We went to John Debney, we went to John Powell, we met a couple of great composers and people from the industry, and it's really like this overwhelming month where you do so much work, where you learn so much of the industry that really gives you an extra kick in the butt when you start working here in Los Angeles, because you make so many connections again, and it really teaches you how to approach film music in the Hollywood way of things.
Do you have to do anything or everything yourself, because you're talking about not working on production, you don't have to make a mock-up, but do you have to prepare the score and the parts yourself, or do you get help in this?
They approach this workshop like a situation how a real Hollywood movie would be, but then on a smaller scale. So they really have strict deadlines. You have to, you get assigned a scene, and you have a day to swap out scenes with another composer if you don't like it. And then you have to, on a set date, you have to confirm your scene. And then there are a couple of deadlines. There's one that you have to need a finished, at least sketch orchestration of your composition. And Joanne Kane Music Services did all the copying. So that's something that also usually happens here. You don't make your own parts. That's something that Joanne Kane in this case does. So we went there for a feedback session, and then you have one more day, and you have to send your finished orchestration from Sibelius to them, and they will take care of all the of all the rest of the work. And then you just have to make sure you show up on time at the recording session and make the most efficient use of your time during that. How much time do you have? I think 10 minutes. And we were recording a 4-minute piece, so I could record it 2 times. So we had a preparation session at Warner Brothers with John Debney, who assisted us in that. We had a very small orchestra, I think like 5-6 people, and we just did some practicing in how you make the most efficient use of time. And that really helped us in the actual recording, to make sure that we could at least record it twice and do maybe one pickup.
Okay. And during this month of the workshop, are you then situated on location over there, or are working from home and going sometimes to the...
I mean, this was before COVID, so we were very lucky that we were able to go anywhere. We spent a lot of time at the ASCAP office. We went to Composer Studios. We went into Joanne Kane's workshop. So that was you really travel all around town for this workshop. If you ever want to participate, you have to be here for a month at least.
Yeah, I see. But you have to take care of your own location. You have to.
Yes. You
have to.
But other than that, they provide everything.
They provide everything for you.
Yeah.
So it sounds like a really learnful environment and 1 month of your life.
Yes, it's an intense month, but it's. I mean, also the getting to know the other participants of the workshop. Everybody tried so hard to get in because it's just so many people want to do this workshop, and it's just unique that you get selected eventually. So it's really a good network. We still have a chat group, and I think almost every day somebody asks a question and answer within 5 minutes, and we still help out each other.
And are there certain criteria to get in, or is it just a matter of sending in work every year, a new piece of music?
They say, and I agree, I think you get a couple of genres you have to do, and then you have 2 wildcard genres. So it's just audio. You just send in music, nothing to picture. And they're really looking for somebody that has a unique voice, but can also handle many genres within film music. Okay.
So it's a kind of committee who's deciding about the guys or the girls who are admitted or not.
Yes.
How many people are admitted each year? Do you know that?
I believe 8.
And they're from all over the world?
All over the world, and that's so great. Yeah.
Is it something unique also in the LA industry, or more similar workshops done?
There is one other workshop, the Sundance Composers Lab, which is also really great, I've heard. But it's 1 week at Skywalker Sound. But it's more targeted, I think, to indie films. Okay. And you could say that it might be even better for a younger composer because they have more of an entrance into that world because it's on a lower budget scale. But it's a more artistic way, I think, of approaching things. And this ASCAP Scoring Workshop is really about the Hollywood industry.
Yeah, the other one is probably more connected to the Sundance Film Festival, which is a bit more about art.
Yeah.
Like an indie film.
But that's also a good example. Since I lived here, I went twice to Sundance because it's only 2 hours flight, and it's also a great network opportunity to go there. And every screening of every movie, the director or producer is there, and afterwards you can talk to them, and it's just about being here, I guess.
Yeah, it really sounds that you've become a real good networker, flying around to all kinds of places to meet people and have a chat with them. Just simply introduce yourself as being a composer. Yeah. Well, thanks a lot, Joep. It was very insightful again. And for our audience, have a look at privatekitchen.nl. There will be more interviews with Joep Sporck about his career in LA. Many thanks.
So, this is the recording session at the Fox studio, the Newman stage. It's actually pretty easy to conduct if you conduct your own music and have the click track in your own ears, and all the musicians have also the click track in their ears. And while you conduct this was actually, I think, the first time I heard my piece come to life with this live orchestra, and it's really hard to... my first response was really enjoying of hearing this full orchestra playing my music, but you really have to stay focused. And in the back of the studio, you can't see that over here, there's a big screen where you see it. There's the scene from Jungle Book and time code in front of me, and we even made use of streamers to make sure like this was a hit point. It's unbelievable how well these musicians play at first sight. while I was writing this music, it was really challenging for me to write around the dialogue, which you can't hear over here. But from this moment on, dialogue stops and it's just action.
Thank you so much, everybody.